I don't know. Really? We had an upgrade. Shit, okay. We had an upgrade.
Did we have money for that
I don't know,
upgrade?
something with the upgrade happened.
So,
So
it's
it
the
was
first
like,
year,
let's get a free upgrade. Anything with the eagles, I don't even know. I don't even know. Tell me that. Come on. I was cute. And it was right under the bus, back out reverse.
Who's what? I don't recall anything.
I don't remember seeing it either,
Nope.
did you? Is that destruction of township property?
No.
16 on the list? No.
It's a multi-use computer.
Yes, what's the one?
You lied there, Kim?
We are up and running, so.
The call meeting to order at this time.
Greenwich Township Committee, July 21st, 2016. Adequate notice of this meeting was given in accordance with the Open Public Meeting Act by mail on the schedule of the Township Committee to the express times in the North Star Ledger newspaper, posting a copy on the Township Bulletin Board, and filing a copy of the Township Clerk. Members present: Kenya.
Here.
Marqueta.
Here.
Larceny.
Here.
Spencer.
Here.
Let the record reflect Jim Adams is absent. Do we want to do flag salute now, or do you want to wait till...
We want to do it now.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic which stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right. Prior to going to executive session tonight, we have a couple of awards we're going to give out for the Greenwich Township Environmental Commission Awards for Earth Day essays. The first place.
Barry might want to speak.
Go ahead, sir.
You want to take the microphone, Barry? Yeah.
Yeah,
No, he's picked up right here.
Oh, okay.
It's working fine. He's picked up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So my name is Barry Glassman. I'm the secretary for Greenwich Township Environmental Commission. And I'm very proud to be able this evening, to be able to give out some awards to some very special students who took a lot of time and effort to write an essay, award-winning essay, as a matter of fact. Each year, our environmental commission in our town puts together with the 7th grade class at the middle school an essay contest. And each year we ask some different questions to try to tap the minds of our great young people in our town to help stimulate some thoughts of what we could do better to protect our environment, what our town might look like in the future, and other contributions that every student thinks might be worthwhile. So we did that during the Earth Day time frame in April, and then the Environmental Commission picked some winners. So tonight, we're honored to recognize Nicole Delarama, if you're able to come up and stand here with our congratulations on your fine essay that you wrote. And I'll hand this off to our mayor and allow him to award you. And then again, it's the third place award for your essay right there. Congratulations. We'll give a speech in a couple minutes.
Oh, she didn't know that.
You guys want to come up and...
Yeah, come up in the back.
Mary, you got to get in too.
Mayor, you got to stay up there.
Yeah.
Come on, Mayor. Barry, get in there.
All right.
It's your committee. Kathleen, go ahead, get in. Get on that desk, Kathleen. You know better. Thanks, guys. Awesome. Beautiful girls. Yeah. Like seeing stuff like that, gives you some faith. Yeah. Yep.
Congratulations again.
So I'll make a motion to go into executive session.
Second.
Kim?
Kim.
I just made a motion to go into executive session
Okay.
in regards to litigation and personnel issues.
And second was
Will?
Kenya?
Yes.
Spencer?
Yes.
Parsons?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Shouldn't be too long.
This is a horrible setup. You have to make it with you all the time.
I know.
Someone here? See, he's got all the pockets.
I threw water all over myself. I'm not using it. Well, yeah. We're all watching you, Mike. Is he in a confessional? Mike, are you,
Three Hail Marys and 4 on 5.
he's gonna call, I'm on senior. He's talking to the Monsignor.
I'll just sit down and be
His brother was on senior.
That's what happened. It has that effect on in-laws. Oh, jeez. How old am I? Mm. And she probably wouldn't want that. You know?
Make a motion for executive session.
Second. Okay.
All in favor?
Aye.
Well, I think you may have the others here for the presentation.
Barry's-
Presentations for the Environmental Commission Award.
Quick introduction, my name is Barry, and this is Maggie. We represent your town's environmental commission. Of course, we're accompanied here by our mayor. Every year, our environmental commission works with the 7th grade class at the middle school. And what we do is we ask that the students participate in an essay contest. And each year, the questions are a little bit different, or the topics are a little bit different. But the idea is to help our young people begin to think a little bit more about the environment other than just paper, plastic, aluminum, whatever. But to really start to do some critical thinking about our town, about recycling and the environment in general. And this year, we've had a very good rate of submission of students with over 100 essays that deal with grit and consulted with teachers about. And out of all those essays, there were 3 outstanding essays. And now we're ready to award the 2nd place and the 3rd place winners. So let's start by asking.
Nicole was here earlier, she was the winner of the contest.
Right, and our 2nd place winner is Kayla Manigault. And your award. Yeah, congratulations to you. And Sarah, we can have the family come up now. Come on, family.
No, we gotta wait for the rest of the family.
Okay, come over on this side? Okay.
All right. Oh, those new cameras don't use flashes that much.
Next. And next, we'd like to present the award to Zimran Mazik. Zimran?
Stand up front, come on.
Okay, all right.
And congratulations once again to all our winners on the essay contest, and keep up the good work.
Okay. I have a motion I want to make as a result of executive session.
Okay.
As many of you know, in the last several years, the police department has had some studies done by the previous committee. The expert that they hired at the time recommended a director of police, a deputy chief position. I'm staying corrected. The study recommended a director with a lieutenant in charge of the police department. For some reason, the previous committee chose to create a whole new position and went from a director to a deputy chief, then a lieutenant, then a sergeant as a position. That chain of command seems to make no sense in an 8-man department. So after some discussion on where we think the department should go, and I think you've seen it, we want to go with the chief of police, not a director. And underneath that, as the other expert had said, with a lieutenant underneath the chief. So I'm going to make a motion that we eliminate the position of deputy police chief in Greenwich Township.
I'll second that motion.
Discussion?
Discussion? Are we going to vote first, or in discussion?
No, discussion first.
I'm in a position of not eliminating the position of deputy chief until our chief's position is finalized as to the litigation that we have going on at the present time, and Attorney Pfeiffer will discuss that in a brief little statement. But I'm against eliminating the position as of this time until we have the chief's position finalized as officer in charge. Would be the deputy chief in my book right now, so I'm against the eliminating the position at this time.
Roll call, I guess.
Kenya?
Yes.
Marqueta?
Yes.
Varsity?
Yes.
Spencer?
No.
I'm going to make a motion for officer in charge.
Yeah. With that, we have to make the officer in charge the next line in the chain of command, so I'll make a motion that we make Lieutenant Cahill the officer in charge of the police department.
I'll second that motion.
And again, I'm against it because of the elimination of the deputy chief's position. No, it's not personal in regards to Lieutenant Hummer, or sorry, Chief Hummer, or Scoutman, or Cahill, but I'm against the Lieutenant Hummer at this point. This time should stay deputy chief until the chief's position settles, and then the position could be eliminated. Roll call.
Kenya?
Yes.
Marqueta?
Yes.
Varsity?
Yes.
Spencer?
No.
I'm going to make a motion for a special meeting next Thursday, and I think the attorney, Pfeiffer, can explain the...
I know when it comes to open public comment area, I'm sure there's a lot of people that would like to make a comment in reference to the position position as chief and everything else, but Attorney Pfeiffer's going to explain everything that's going on right now, which is going to help out as to our litigation standpoint, and it's going to, you know, probably answer a whole bunch of your questions at this time.
I don't know how much I can explain, other than we thought we were going to be able to have the details of the settlement with the chief resolved in order to be able to take action tonight. However, there are a number of still just, I'll indicate the minor details that still have to be resolved, and it's certainly the intent of this committee to hopefully have, be in a position to resolve this case next Thursday.
And that's why I made that motion for a special meeting, the 28th of July, 7 p.m.
I'll second that motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
I'll make a motion to open the public comment.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Each member of the public shall be limited to 3 minutes to ensure completion of the agenda items in a timely fashion. At this time, it's open public comment if anybody has anything to say.
Gary Hill, 529 North Main Street, Shoresville. I'm sad to hear that we're still not at a resolution with regards to Chief Hummer. You mentioned that there were minor details, but yet these minor details continue to give us these delays that do nothing more than to put our officers at risk and our residents at risk, because the department itself is already way understaffed. These delays have been carrying on over and over and over again, and people that are coming here to fight for Chief Hummer are going to continue to show up to these meetings. We're going to continue to fight for Chief Hummer until he's back in his position where he belongs. Stop wasting our money with these countless delays. Just get it resolved and get it done quickly so our department can at least be one man closer to back to where they're supposed to be, and then we can get them back on the course. Thank you.
Hi, Fleming, 238 Great Pine Hill Road. I'd like to applaud Mr. Barsley for his motion, and I'd like to applaud everyone who voted in favor of it, and bringing us one step closer to bringing our chief. Thank you very much.
Joseph Kelly, 1117 Monroe Drive. I would also like to applaud the three councilmen that had the courage to start putting the police department back on track. I would really question the judgment of leaving a deputy chief of police in place who knows that he's blamed up and will be removed, especially because he never served in a supervisory role before. So the right thing was done tonight. We have a lieutenant on this police department until we get our chief back, who served both as a sergeant for many years and as a lieutenant for many years, and has proven himself as a supervisor, and will be the second in charge of the police department when it's restored. I also applaud you for your diligent work. I'm one of the few people in this room who know how difficult it is to resolve a lawsuit at a government level. So, thank you for your patience, and please continue to work to get Chief Hummer back to position.
Mr. Kelly, just for your clarification on the position, it's not that I'm against Chief Hummer. It's I want to keep the deputy chief in the position until the case was resolved.
That's the way I understand
And
it.
then once everything was resolved, then we could take care of the deputy chief's
That's,
position.
to clarify, that's the what I understood you were saying.
Yeah.
However, I think the person who has already served in many, many years of supervision is more qualified than the person who has not.
And I was taking his 1 year of experience as in the acting role in the position.
I respectfully disagree that 1 year is a breadth and depth of experience to run a police department.
Well, I have an opinion.
Elizabeth Gittens, 330 Greenwich Street. I'm here to talk about the library. I'm curious, we have the library coming in. What is the group's thoughts on this? Sad to say, we have valuable.
Mhm.
And what about the old school up there? You know, there's so many things you can be doing with that building. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Right, we can end the public comment, then we can make a comment.
Okay, yeah.
Thanks, Jim.
Thanks, Jim. I'll make a motion to close public comment.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
On the county library coming to town, we will lose about $65,000 as a rateable. I think it'll be a plus for the residents. You might be able to get some storage space for some records. As far as the old school, I'll defer to Mr. Finelli here, who is going to go out with an RFQ in the next couple of days, and he can briefly explain what that is.
I'm sorry.
No, please. I like that, Joseph.
Yeah, I was going to bring it up under new business where maybe have the attorney draft a letter to the county asking them for possibly some money for being the host municipality for that, because it's a pretty big hit for us. It's a penny on our tax rate, so.
Yeah, just to make it clear also on that, the town didn't solicit the county to move to that building. So, yeah, I agree, it's a hit on the township tax-wise. We were just discussing that previously, so, yeah, we agree with you.
Yeah.
The Township Committee authorized our office, I think it might have been, recently, to put out an RFQ, basically, for the old school, to, in essence, solicit proposals and qualifications packages from interested parties, whether they be architects, whether they be developers, whatever they may be. And again, this is a little different than the typical, bid package or proposal, because it's just going to provide a mechanism for people to get their ideas and to get an audience in front of the committee. The process then, assuming we get numerous viable potential entities to upgrade the building, they will basically interview with the committee, and the committee will decide what direction they want, depending on what that entity may want to do with the building. The town has exhausted a lot of time and effort on the old school with lots of options, municipal buildings, police departments, to sell it outright in the past. And been a lot of people that looked, and they've all walked away. Never happened. I shouldn't have said walk away. It never went much further than that. Obviously, we're a little more optimistic that this approach might prove fruitful, but the township has opted in the past for a lot of reasons, both financial and otherwise, that it wasn't prudent for the town to be involved with that building and the upgrade of the building. From an environmental constraint standpoint and so forth. So that's maybe not the short story version, but that's what has happened. What is happening. So hopefully we'll get somebody that's interested and has got a good idea. We'll have a viable building.
I would, it's a little bit out of order, but Mike, would you mind drafting a letter to the freeholders? I'll speak for myself at this point. I have no objection to a library here. I think it would be a benefit to our residents. I'm not opposing it. But can you explain to them that we are having some financial straits here, and that taking a penny from us is a significant amount, and maybe we can meet with them and discuss some type of remedy?
They can take a penny off of our library tax.
You know what, I mean, maybe we should have an official motion on that. So, I'll make a motion to authorize Mike to draft that letter to the county, and have the mayor, as long as Will agrees, to sign off on it.
That's fine.
We're going to provide police, fire, and rescue protection for that, That doesn't come cheap.
Yeah.
So, first line of defense are these guys that are sitting out there or downstairs. So,
You need a second?
I'll second your motion. Yes.
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 Need a drink of water?
All right. And two contracts,
Payment of bills.
payment of bills.
Total bills list is $1,742,739.83. I probably hopefully noticed that now you have an inputted budget that you can now compare, look at the good list and stuff that we have. If anybody has any questions tonight or throughout the month, you know how to find me.
The only question I had, there's a couple of equipment purchases. Is any of that being reimbursed? Is it for replacement from the fire, or?
What stuff?
Did have
Very
it.
well could be.
That's the only question. Let's see. DPW tools and equipment, there's one for a total of $442. Page 6. Purchase order listing by vendor name. Frank, Lyman.
That's his regular budget.
Okay. Garden State Highway products. That's solar power and radar sign. Is that an insurance claim? Did somebody hit that sign, or?
That's the one that's gone down, right?
She mentioned that we could compare it to the budget.
Okay. All right, it's the only thing I have.
So you
And
can
then
take
the
out
only
the
other
budget
thing
and then look at
that I
it.
have is,
I'm just add a column in
you'll
there.
notice as you look through the budget, that the buildings and grounds O&E is severely overextended. That's because I'm charging everything from the fire,
Right.
besides for those two vehicles and the truck and wherever you use that insurance, two vehicles. I'm charging for that line item because I don't have any information from the insurance company.
Beautiful.
As far as what, so I don't know how to handle it yet at this point. So that's why that's looking very overextended, but we need to put that game plan together.
And who are you going to get that game plan? You and Joe, or?
Well, did a letter go to the insurance company telling them to
Get off the bill.
hurry up?
Should Mike address, send a letter?
Said that at the last meeting. Kim, have you heard from them?
What's that?
Joe, have you heard from them?
All right, so Mike, can you
Yeah.
get a letter
Push that
off?
up.
Yeah.
We just need I'll make the motion of payment of bills as listed for 1.7 and change.
Second.
Yes.
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 I'm a yes with the, exemption of, no bill. Next, resolution? Huh? What?
Have to.
You got two.
You got
You're talking
two,
about the ordinance? You got two resolutions.
Two resolutions.
I don't extend the grace period. That's
I know,
not
but
my job.
can you explain it?
Well, the tax bills, have they gone out, or they will be going out next week, I'm assuming? So normally the due date would be August 1st. So obviously you have to give that grace period of time, so we're just extending the due date.
due date is the 22nd, I think? Yeah, 22nd. That's the grace period. So they really do around the 12th then? The 10-day grace? Is that how it is, Kim?
It's the first, and then you have a 10-day grace to the 10th. If you go to the 11th, it reverts back to the first.
I haven't touched that, so I'm gonna look at it.
Due date should be the 22nd.
But on this case, because of the extension,
Well, it says the grace period shall be extended to August 22nd.
Yes,
Okay.
so they get all the way to the 22nd.
So the tax bills are,
she's complicated.
tax bills will be due August 22nd.
Well, they're due before that, but the grace period ends August 22nd.
Yes.
Right.
So
Now, if they come in on the 23rd,
They're gonna get-
back.
they're
Right.
Alright, so we have to,
So I'll make a motion for resolution 2016-52, extension of third quarter property tax raise period. Thank you.
second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye?
Resolution 2016-53.
Did they get copies?
Yes.
That's all practical. You basically are saying with this resolution that at a minimum, you looked at the very last page, which is your comments and recommendations of areas that we need to improve in. And there should be a signature sheet that they all need to sign and goes to the PCA. Should be opposite. Okay. Get them to sign it.
And then
when do you do a corrective action plan about that? Does that get adopted next month, or, oh, I just do it, you adopt monthly? Yeah. Okay.
good
Do you
deal.
need
So
every...
we'll adopt that at the
Does
August
Jim have to
meeting
sign
then?
that too?
Okay.
Oh, well, it's here.
Make a motion to adopt resolution number 2016-53.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right, first reading of ordinance number 2016-05.
This is our loader, the first step is to our loader purchase. We budgeted $100,000 in our capital improvement fund, and we need an additional approximation, I don't think it'll be this much, but an additional $25,000. You have $53,000 in your capital fund balance, so I'm using $25,000 out of that for the additional funding.
I'll make that motion for ordinance 2016-05.
Second.
Yes.
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 Yes. All right, DPW report. Joe?
All right, I'll just real brief go through it. So if you haven't noticed, the building has been down. We got a light service back in the park. Still waiting to hear for quotes and stuff to see where we got to start with pricing and what we got to do to put a building out to get ready to build the building. Just trying to get ballpark figures of how much money we're going to have to appropriate or emergency appropriate for to go forward with that. Don't know how long it's going to take. I'm pushing and sending emails and calling these guys to get us quotes here. Real quick, we installed the sign out there, got it up and running again once it was in the budget this year, the solar sign. One thing I do have on my list here is, and we've checked with the DEP, we have monies available in the recycling grant program, and it's acceptable to use it for a wood chipper. Our wood chipper that we lost in the fire was only valued at actual cash value, it was 20-some years old, at $3,000 and some change. The new wood chipper I'm looking to purchase is $36,822. And with us being a member now in the NJPA, this outfit with this chipper is a member of that, so we wouldn't have to go out to bid, and there's a larger savings of 15% savings to the municipality by purchasing it that way. So I'd like to maybe consider,
Do we have to do yours, John, or
Do we have the money in that?
Yes.
do we have to do
I saw the quote in here.
Chipper?
yeah?
You recognize by resolution. Yeah.
So do
So we'll do it at the next meeting.
next
Do you want
meeting.
to do it sooner?
what's that?
The chipper.
Well, it's going to be 8 to 12 weeks to get it built and be here.
So we do it next Tuesday's meeting?
Next
Thursday's
Thursday?
meeting?
You betcha.
Okay.
Next Thursday's meeting.
Okay.
Take care of it.
Does that have to be a resolution?
No, you could do a motion now to authorize it and then have the resolution later, which is just a record of the motion. You don't-
So the motion just to start the process and get everything running?
Yes, because official action is really the motion, second, and the vote, and the resolution just says what you did. So we could prepare a
So
resolution.
I'll make the motion to authorize the purchase of the chipper through the grant.
Who was the company, Joe?
It's going to be brush band.
Brush
Okay.
Yes. And then the
Joey,
other...
hold on, Joe. So you made the motion?
Made a motion to...
I'll second that motion.
All in favor?
You need a roll call?
Roll call.
What do you need, Kim?
Kenya?
Yes.
Marqueta?
Yes.
Marson?
Yes.
Sensi?
Sorry, Joe.
No problem. Lost my train of thought, sorry.
Yeah, another piece too, or something?
What's that?
The 14,000 for the other piece?
We gotta wait for that. The other thing that I need is, I have the technical spec for the wheel loader to forward that, and then have your permission, the engineer to draft a spec to have it ready for the next meeting, so we'll have the bid hopefully awarded for September meeting, the purchase of the wheel loader. And you had the ordinance reading here tonight. So if I can get him that information, so we're ready for next township meeting, to be able to put it out for, to accept bids.
So, what is a wheel loader?
The wheel loader, the loader.
The payloader.
The trucks, the one that we rented.
Oh, okay.
The one
Oh, okay.
For approve the.
Okay.
$1,000?
the
Okay.
ordinance.
All right.
Joe, what's the, turnaround time to, let's say we're in a position to make an award in September? Is it 3-4 months till you get it, or is it quicker than that?
It's quicker than.
Okay,
that.
good, because I was gonna say, because
There's some available.
Because if you have the,
2015.
if everybody's okay with this, we could potentially save a month, is what I'm thinking, where if you have the technical spec ready, these types of, this equipment stuff is pretty easy to get it put
We gotta
together.
wait
and
for
out
the
there.
ordinance to be long.
Yeah.
They just read it.
Oh,
tonight,
okay, pardon me.
We gotta have the
Okay.
money in place.
Yes,
to
we
do
do,
this
oh,
stuff.
no, I know that.
I did
Okay,
this with a
so
fire truck back in
There you go.
1991, Mike.
Pardon me.
And we had to wait 3 extra months.
Is there any way we can speed up the process, or just...
Is 7 days enough, Kim? Or how, for the second reading, or?
No,
No?
10?
10 days
Can
between
you
each.
have, can you have the bid specs ready? By when? How fast can you
Well,
have the bid specs?
you have the spec?
There's a 20-day estoppel period from the time you adopt the ordinance, so
We should do what Joe suggested, I think, with the understanding that the ordinance is out there.
Well, we had the first reading, so the next reading will be the next meeting in August, and then
Yeah,
If you
then
have
we'd be
bid
ready to
specs.
go, yeah.
send the bid specs out, and get them done, and we'll be ready for the next
We
meeting.
can award it for, I'm thinking we can potentially try to get it done, so we can award it at the August meeting, but that's not gonna happen.
Well, second reading will be...
they can't.
Next, there's just not enough, we're not far enough along
And
with
see,
it.
I'm just thinking next meeting, well, because the attorney and I differ.
Okay. You want
We're
to
gonna
what,
do
the
it
August
soon,
meeting?
yeah.
Well, we were thinking at the special meeting, if we could have the bid specs ready, we could authorize him to go out to bid. And then we can have the second reading at the township meeting in August. And then, after we had the after we adopted that ordinance, you would have already gone out to bid, received the bid specs back in, and we could award the bid at the end of the year. That's just,
So-
and I came up
At
And is that
7:40,
legal, Mike?
we do the second reading, and
I
it's,
think, I know the estoppel period applies to bond ordinances, I can check and see if there's
I think
any.
you should award it in September.
Let's move on, and then you and Mike can talk tomorrow.
What else you got, Joe?
The only other thing with that was, along with that, would be a separate bid, would be a special bucket, and to use some more of the recycling funds, grapple buckets called it, help us with moving debris, our leaf collection and stuff, and it would be an attachment that we could add, take off and add to the wheel loader.
And that was coming out of the second one, right?
That would be utilized as recycling grant, but we'd probably have to make a separate bid on that, because there's nothing that's inside the, any of that deposits that we had to eliminate the bidding, and I have that technical spec also.
So, you need a motion on that?
and that's part of the bid spec.
Just the.
Yeah, okay.
Separate line items.
So, Mike, you'll put that in the bid spec, that piece of, yeah.
yes, I'm sure Joe will direct me accordingly, and absolutely, it'll be.
Good job.
Pretty much covered, thank you.
You know what, Joe, piggyback on what you said, I gotta compliment you. Every time you come here for something, you're always well prepared, you're concise, and you have it in such easy layman terms that even I can understand it. So,
That's what I need to do, I gotta have.
Well, the
front loader versus the wheel loader.
I appreciate your diligence when you come in, you're always prepared, so.
Thank you.
And just one more thing, Joe, from an OEM standpoint, Joe got an attaboy letter from the county because he has not missed one meeting for OEM, so
Congratulations on that too, Joe. Thanks.
Kim's-
I certainly, I think I speak for us, we appreciate all you do.
Yeah.
Not only just do your job, but your volunteer work, so.
thank you, Joe.
But don't leave, Joe, because I had some questions on the cameras. I think Will's going to talk about it. And, Bill, will you have that underneath your,
Yeah, actually Joe can mark out, because you have all the information on the cameras and the...
what cameras? I read it earlier.
Don't let me down, Joe,
Four?
be short and concise.
Yeah.
So the camera and security stuff is stuff left over from the 2015 budget was in the capital.
Mhm.
I think there was a little over $10,000, right, Kathleen?
10,000.
So the cameras was the addition of 4 exterior cameras to cover the back of the building. You have a front shot from the parking lot, main parking lot corner forward, backside park, back of the building, one on the corner towards the gas pump, one on the corner of the back building coming down this way. And then there was 2 additional interior cameras down at the PD, me and the mayor discussed about, and I wasn't sure of exactly where, if they were the interview room and the holding retaining area for that location. And then the rest of the security issue was to go to a key fob system on 3 door locations on the municipal building. Removing the keypad or the punch pad for the front door to go with key fob system, downstairs entering the police department, and a key fob entry into the DPW. And that way there, you get a key fob, it's just as easy. You don't have a $20 registered key that we're buying keys for. Key fob's about $5.50, and it's computer-based. We can set the system and the parameters up to that is we can have people have fobs but can only gain access 9 to 5 to the building, or during the evenings, or somebody loses their position, January 1, elected official, whatever, you go on the computer, access denied. Right now, we don't know who's returned keys, who hasn't, chasing keys around, and the keypad situation out here is more of a hindrance to the employees that maintain here, because you got to change the combination. We got to remember a combination, and so the other people that's no longer affiliated.
And we've had people use the key pad.
Correct,
Right.
use the pad because we haven't changed, or there's been a couple
Well,
combinations.
if we do that, Joe, will that software also allow us, like, say, rec committee members, would only let them in on Tuesday, the
Yeah.
23rd,
Yeah.
from 6 to 8?
Yeah.
So,
You can do that, you can set up days, the time periods.
That makes sense.
Also, to look forward,
Yeah.
we're looking to create a policy and stuff, so who can review what's going, who's coming in, going out, and
Mhm.
things like that, just to get a policy in place and go move forward with that.
So you need a motion for the...
The money's allotted, and I recommend Apex to do it,
Apex.
because they would be doing the cameras, and they'd be here to set up the whole security system.
The only thing I have on the cameras, Bill, I would like something in the front of the building. There will be?
Existing here, up in this corner facing here, facing across the front, that corner over there facing that way out in the park.
So it's going to have people coming and going.
It's an addition to what cameras are already located on the building.
Are they same quality of camera?
And as a matter of fact, it's an upgrade. The system itself these cameras will get the same images, the system run by the computer.
Okay.
The camera is not, they're all compatible, and he says the new program that we install will upgrade the pixels and stuff. They'll be penny.
And
You
the
know-
retention time
What's that?
the retention time of the film.
Yes, the retention time will be longer too. I forget, I don't have it right.
30 days or 60 days?
What's that?
30 days or 60 days?
I think it was 6 weeks, I think he said.
Yeah.
But you start, the more cameras start out, where we're at right now, it'll retain 6 weeks. more cameras you add, the smaller it gets.
Right.
Your retention time.
Well, you know, with some of the interiors, we could always maybe go to motion censored, so they don't,
It's not easy.
so they don't store. Okay, so that's gonna cut down your storage
Yeah.
space too.
Yeah, that.
Oh, is that more storage space,
Yes, I do remember that.
All right, guys.
Will
You know, more.
will the steps to the police department be covered?
What is that?
The steps. Will there be a camera there?
There's gonna be
I don't
one
know.
coming to the back, so you'll see people coming in and
That's
out
this
the back.
storage.
Yeah, but how about,
Nothing at the
Joe.
steps itself.
Yeah, it's stored on disk, right? The video's stored on disk?
And it's stored in, it's a computer.
A computer, right?
Yeah.
So I don't see how hard it would be to
Hard
expand storage. It shouldn't be that hard. I'm just saying, if you want to go more than 6
No,
weeks,
You said you can.
Yeah,
but you
yeah.
have to increase your.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
capacities and
Right.
that stuff there.
Yeah, so we have to determine how many
adapt
weeks.
it to the system we've got.
Kind of start
Well, you have to find out more information on this
Yeah.
shit, right?
What's that?
You have to get some more information on this shit, right?
Well, I have.
no, it has to come here.
We have to act on that tonight then?
Yeah, we can, I guess we could. My only concern is that I would like to see a camera for those steps.
Well, when you ring the doorbell, the camera lights up on the security
And-
system they have in their offices.
So how do I protect the town from liability when somebody's accusing somebody of pushing them down the steps? From the top of the steps to the bottom, I want coverage on every single step.
Well, yeah, that could always be added on.
Add it on, Joe.
Would you want, I can get a quote to add additional camera?
Yeah, find that quote. I just think we need it. I mean, with what's going on out in the world today?
I have no objection, Bill, if you want to meet with them and talk it over and bring it back to us.
All right.
Okay?
But I'll make a motion on this Apex bill for $42.76.
It's the
That's one part of it.
5639.
Where's the other one? Okay, here's the other one. 5639, yes. And I'll add those two quotes for Apex. And Joe, just get a quote for
And we
me
get the
on
quote for the
the step.
additional one.
Okay? Tell me the motion.
How much was the total?
5639, a little over 10,000? Yeah.
Where's that
That's a
cut?
key fob system and a camera.
all already budgeted. Already budgeted.
Yeah, it's on
The
2015.
other option that I can do, and I'm just thinking, I know we got 4 in the back, see what kind of coverage we have. Maybe we take one of them off the back and move to this position.
Okay.
In that, in the quote.
I'll second the motion.
I'll talk.
He already did.
Okay, let's do a roll call here.
Roll call?
Yes.
Marqueta?
Yes.
Marson?
Yes.
Yeah. All right, I'm done.
Make a motion to accept the,
DPW report?
oh, I thought you were done. I'll make a motion to accept the police report for June.
Second. Roll call?
Kenya?
Yes.
Marqueta?
Yes.
Marson?
Yes.
Yes.
Now we'll do DPW.
Motion to accept DPW report?
I'll make it?
Second.
Kenya?
Yes.
Marqueta?
Yes.
Marson?
Yes.
Benson?
Yes. School crossing guard?
Oh. You know what, we have to post that,
Can't, can't go for,
Yeah.
advertise it.
I'll make a motion to authorize the clerk to advertise for a, crossing guard position.
Second?
Roll call?
Kenya?
Yes.
Marqueta?
Yes.
Marson?
Yes.
Yes. Mr. Kenyon?
But Bob, before we go into my report, Logistics Park in Peaburg, there's, I don't know what tab it is. We got something from Joe Pryor from Rapacon, tab number 8.
Okay.
Yeah.
Township, where's that township engineer stuff though?
I don't know if this falls in the township, but I'm concerned about the additional traffic it's going to provide on Route 22. I mean, it looks like hundreds of trucks are going to be, he's got some very valid points in here. There's 4 main intersections, not all in our town, but, you know, with that big warehouse opening up over there, I mean, down in Robbinsville was a nightmare.
Mm-hmm.
You know, just another reason, you know, why we need to get more guys on that.
Mike, we
Out on
want
the
to
street.
discuss that at all?
No, in fact, when Bill, I didn't even see the letter. No.
So what do you want us to do with that? Do you want us to hop on board with it?
Well, apparently, it looks like from what I read, the study that they did didn't use any current facts or, you know, I just think 22 is gonna be a mess. Once that comes through.
They're redoing the whole thing. I mean, I saw it before I retired, but they planned on doing.
Is it gonna be done before the, they get the state to do reconfigure 22?
We're gonna reconfigure it, and we're going to, once they get.
Hold on,
approval first, we're gonna do it.
Did you read Bill, did you read the end of that, or are we looking to, what are you looking for, Bill? You looking for a motion to endorse it?
I'm just concerned that we're gonna have more truck traffic on 22.
But you're not looking for any motion.
No,
Okay.
so,
No, because if you look at the bottom here, it says, "We support the project," and I don't know that I necessarily support the project.
Just vote.
well, they're supporting the project.
Support the project.
I know, that's why I was going to make sure you didn't want us to sign on with this.
Right.
Yeah, this letter, and we all know Joe, he worked
Mhm.
for us for, what, 10, 12, 14 years.
Mhm.
I didn't realize he's council president either.
Yeah.
He signed the letter as council
Yeah,
president.
yeah.
Okay. Yeah, he's just alerting the DOT to this future access permit and say, hey, you should know all the facts here.
Right.
He's kind of not taking a position. This is.
No, he took a position. Read the bottom, read the
No,
article.
I didn't see that. But as far as talking about traffic, he's not pro-traffic, he's not anti-traffic within this, from looking at.
No, he said, "I support the project."
He does, yeah.
I think it would be a disaster for traffic around here. That's,
Oh, yeah.
I don't support it, but
Well,
it's just my
You're gonna have
opinion.
the same traffic impact as you do right now by Tillman Street.
I think it's gonna be a disaster.
I don't know if we're gonna have any control over the construction of the industrial park. I think maybe what Pryor's looking for is us to become a friend, questioning how the traffic's gonna be routed, what improvements are gonna be made, and,
I don't mind,
because he's saying the impact is from Bay Street to Warren.
I don't mind supporting that,
Yeah.
but to support the whole letter with the
No,
bottom, with the
yeah.
end saying, "I support the
Yeah.
project,"
Well,
I don't support
I don't think it really
that.
matters whether we support it.
This letter was just like an information letter sent.
Yeah, it's not gonna FYI,
But
but,
I think at some point, the mayors and whoever's represented, engineers and whatever, they're gonna be meeting with Debbie Burt from the
Yeah.
Public Relations, and then they're gonna be giving us an update.
Yeah, I think we need to monitor, make sure we know if they're gonna propose any changes at 22,
I mean, you
especially in our area. We wanna know
just
what they're
think about all
gonna
the trucks that are gonna be coming off 78, going on 22. That's what we're gonna be living with.
right.
Yeah.
But they're not gonna be using the rail system,
do. And they don't,
And they're looking at the rail system coming back in over there.
That'd be nice,
I don't wanna see him do more lanes and arrows as a correction all the time.
There you go.
Mr. Court report?
We're waiting on the court report from,
Everybody did
Pohat.
get a-
Oh, that's right, email. I didn't get that, look at
Yes.
that email. So we'll just double it up next month. And then just a waste station update that I had, Mike Doherty, Senator Doherty sent, a letter to, the colonel of the state police asking for a 3-year report for us on the tickets. So, we'll wait and see what we get back and, I'm still concerned, there's a lot of idling truck on both sides of the highway. I just think it's a hazard, and I just wish they would move them along, so. But that's all I have, nothing else.
Can we vote the court report?
Well, I'm gonna postpone
He said he
it.
wanted to go a month.
Yeah, we'll do it next month. Is that a problem? I didn't get a chance to look at it, so.
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't hear that.
I'm
All
done.
right, done, Bill? Just real quick, on Thomas Stewart Park, we brought the plans to the Land Use Board for conformity approval, and we did receive an unanimous approval for the park plans. So that hurdle has now been crossed. We continue to meet. We had a meeting a few days ago to get some updates from Mike. As the numbers, as the time moves on, we're getting, a better view on what the costs are gonna be and the numbers. So there are gonna be some changes, we think, in the park that'll be more cost-effective for us. We don't have them to present yet to the committee. As we stand right now, the footprint's still the same, maybe some things that we have to, just reduce costs on. So, I'm gonna schedule a meeting to go over the financial plan one more time with Kathleen and with our open space committee. And, that's where it's there. Mike, do you want to add anything to that?
No, that's a good summary, just, maybe
maybe expand it a hair. Obviously, as we move forward with the construction documents, the plans, things get refined further, and quantities get more chiseled. Instead of estimating there's 20,000 yards of dirt to move, well, now we've got cuts, and we've got grading lines, and there's 25,000, and they'll just throw numbers out. So we went over some of those things with the Open Space Committee Monday night. And I know we're looking to have a meeting with Ms. Rinalda, next week? Or
The 4th.
Yeah. Oh, is that?
Yep,
Oh.
Kevin agreed to it.
The 4th, okay.
Yep.
And also, just another passing comment on the park. We submitted to the county for their approval. We're submitting to the Soil Conservation District as soon as Kathleen cuts us a check for the fees to submit the soils, which is actually, by the way, it's a pretty healthy number because of the area of disturbance. It's like $8,000. So that's a fee to submit the plans to the Warren County Soil Conservation District. It's required. It is what it is. And I did speak with Bob Santini. And he was aware. I talked about the project and so forth, and he said, yeah, Mike, I'm aware of it, He's like, as long as you let me get my crop off, he's like, fine. And he's like, no problem. And he said he's expecting that to be early to mid-October at the latest.
Did we, I know you talked about everything else, but did we officially give him a letter notifying him, so we have it in our records that
No.
he was...
I know Bob pretty well, so I
I
just
do
figured
too.
I
do too, but I don't want anything that...
You want me to just back up my, want me to
Just-
send him a follow-up letter?
Just say,
confirm the letter,
get a letter confirming everything, and
No problem.
here it is.
We will do that. No, there was no...
Just so there's nothing...
That's a good point, yeah.
Are there any other lands in the township that we might be able to offer him to lease? Because he's losing, what, how many acres is it?
95?
95 acres?
No, you're not, I mean, he may not lose the whole tract. We have to talk about that. Yeah.
Maybe a little more now, but...
I mean, we also have the detention basin. We don't know what we're doing with them yet. Or, no, there is no detention
Well,
basin.
we're probably...
Okay.
So, is
Just
there
like, for instance, like in Linden Farm, the open space there, the detention basin,
Yes.
that's being informed. Like, it's a hayfield.
Right, it's Hayfield.
It's a hayfield, so,
Who's farming that?
is that Cliff?
That's Cliff, isn't it?
Cliff, yeah.
Cliff Oval.
Okay.
So we may have opportunities.
Okay.
I don't know if it's
So if
necessarily,
he's
he may want
losing it, I'd like to offer him something for his, Any other?
Anyway, that's it. That's it, Mike, you done?
Which is Park, yes.
Well, that's what he did. He did,
I talked about that, yeah.
park. Mike, what do you got? Anything
Just
good?
real quick, Mr. Lavery, can you get a letter out to that farmer that hasn't paid his rent in 2 years? Dumont and Greenwood Street? He's been farming without paying.
We should have another farmer come and take care of it.
Does CFO have a report yet, or she, does CFO still have a report, or she did hers, when she did
Yes,
the...
Mike, do you have anything on your?
Okay,
The
anything else?
audit thing is what she wanted to do.
That was actually Frank's report.
Okay.
Are we...
That was good? Yeah.
Okay.
You have 2 minutes.
Can we do a motion?
Well,
Sure.
the roadway, resurfacing program, Donna Becker from our office, and myself, been meeting with Joe, kind of refining things. The spec is in draft form. You've already authorized us to go out to bid, so there's no action necessary. So what I'm hoping, and it's in my report, is that will go out to bid, and at the August meeting, we will be able to award that contract. So, again, that will have more to talk about next month. Other than that, obviously, we talked about the park. A lot of the other ones are just miscellaneous updates and no action. The old school we already spoke of. So, no, that's why I have nothing.
Traffic, study Maple and 173. Remember we were talking about the traffic at the right there?
Right.
Oh,
We
yeah.
sent a letter
Yeah.
Oh,
isn't-
South Main.
wasn't the, if my memory serves me correctly, wasn't that to have them
Do a study for the light
examine the
on?
need for,
Yeah.
that letter went out.
Yeah,
Uh,
that was like a couple of months ago we did
Maybe
that,
2 months
yeah.
ago we sent that letter out.
Yeah.
So,
Are you getting a response yet?
no, not yet, but, okay, we'll follow up.
They're gonna say the accidents and now it's not enough to do
I
anything.
just got whacked there.
I just want it on record that we reported it. You know what, before we're ready for adjournment, but you know what?
Oh, public comment, yeah.
Do we need to do anything, direct the clerk or someone to notify these 2 employees affected tonight by those motions I made earlier, by letter?
Yes, or, yeah. Clerk can do it,
Clerk
I
can-
can do it, or Jimmy can do it, whatever you
Well,
want.
I think it's only right that they be notified. And I don't think we made that motion, so, do we need a motion or you just direct you, so you're
You can just do the motion, direct, and that way,
directing you to do it?
yeah, well, or Jim, whatever. doesn't
Someone
matter.
should do it.
So, I mean, it's already right that they
To
get...
be honest with you, I think one of the attorneys should write the
I don't
book,
mind
they're
doing
not the
that might,
executive.
yeah.
I'll make the motion that
I don't want to-
Attorney Lavery,
Yeah.
in conference with Pfeiffer if need be,
Yeah, I'll call Jim.
send a letter to the 2 affected employees as a result of action taken earlier.
Second.
Roll call?
Yes.
Hang on. Marqueta.
Yes.
Parsons.
Yes.
Yes.
Motion open to public comment?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Public comments be limited to 3 minutes to ensure completion of agenda item.
Preachers coming to the pulpit.
Let's let her have some time.
She's so comfortable on the pulpit now.
That's right, I am. 8-12, Orange 12 quarter. When it comes to, I talk about state passage for children walking to middle school. Now, I recall when courtesy busing was taken away from the school, sidewalks had to be completed first, from South Main going south towards the school, so the kids could walk down there. But nobody ever did anything about South Main Street coming up from Bates Road. We have 9 children in Greenwich Hills North that are going to be walkers in middle school this year. You have Bates Road, 50 miles an hour, and ambulance basically do 60. There's no shoulder, there's no sidewalk. Then we come out onto South Main Street, right at Paisanos, right where the S curve is. There's no shoulder, there's no sidewalk. The children are going to be walking in the road. And they're probably going to have to walk on the right-hand side going with traffic because the other way, cars coming around those curves are never going to see them. And we all know what traffic looks like down there in the morning. So they're going to be there about 7:15, and we know what traffic looks like exiting and coming into town at 7:15 in the morning. And they're not doing 35 then either. Now, I've gone to the school, and they informed me that there are no unsafe routes to the school in this township. And that they did a survey at the time of doing away with courtesy busing, and they came up with. Now, I don't know if no kids have walked from there since then, or that area, but now we have 9. They say, the school says it is not their responsibility to provide safe passage for the children to walk to school. And no problem with my kids walking to school. We are under 2 miles, we're at like 1.88. But it has to be safe, and there's nowhere to walk. And traffic is high volume and fast. So we need to have our roads considered unsafe and see where we go from there.
Mike, is that something that you would send a letter to the county for, being it's county routes?
Well,
You know, I think we need to
yes.
have,
But,
I say, well, should we have Jim, Mike do a review and see if legally,
What's the status?
are we responsible to put sidewalks there?
let me give you an update. There's an interesting update I can provide. I would say 2 years ago, maybe 3. This identical issue
Yeah, I know there's a history of
was
it.
brought up by other residents of that area who had same situation. Okay. Now, I think what has happened, why those same people aren't still voicing their concerns, is that their kids now go to York High and are not having to walk to the middle school. That's the, no, but I mean, that's just the evolution of how this and how it works. The concern is, yeah, please go. So, we went to the county, we talked to the county. The reality was, county said, you wanna put sidewalks in? Be my guest. Yeah, we're not contributing, that's a municipal project, which is, we've got a lot of sidewalks in municipal, Greenwich Street, the whole bike path, sidewalk down South Main Street, we got a lot of sidewalks in county right away. Fine. Well, then we looked into it a little further. The regulatory constraints and the permitting and the cost, these projects were gonna take years to do and were gonna cost like hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars to accomplish. And it was like, and they kind of just died on the vine. There was never any motion not to go forward or anything official, but that's kind of how it played out. And I'm sure the rules have only gotten harder, they never get easier. So that's the reality of the situation. Her comments are...
Amy, doesn't the bus go right by you, it's half empty?
It goes right by my house twice a day, and it is not full. It's pretty empty. And I don't know if it's school planes, like, I don't know. They go before or just for the bus?
Phil, if you're on the school,
I
would you mind trying to...
Yeah, I'll look into that. I'll
See if
talk
we
to them.
can... Sounds like it'd be cheaper to pay for a bus to put sidewalks in.
Yeah.
The town provided, that's a good,
Well, it'd be cheaper for the bus just to stop it if it's not full, so...
The argument's gonna be, is that if we do it for you, then there's gonna be
You know what,
16 other
though?
people coming. But in that situation...
I'm aware of the situation for years.
Right.
And I don't mind saying it on the record, because if I have to, I think that's absolutely absurd to expect a child
Right.
to walk on, I used to jog along there.
Right.
And I'm telling you, you got this much room.
Right.
And if you're on this, this side of the south side of the road, there's nowhere even jump to get out of the way, because there's a hill right there.
There's a hill.
So to expect a kid to walk there is absurd and stupid, in my opinion.
Right.
And I'll probably get some heat from the school.
well, the school board's gonna say that they don't have to walk, it's responsible to parents to get them safely. That's what they would say.
And the
but-
reality is, if sidewalks are built, I guarantee you, 90% of those kids are gonna be dropped off by car anyways. Because do you really want your kid to walk on that road when you have...
It's still not safe.
It's still not a safe route.
All right, why don't we do this,
You're not
Mike, you're gonna look into...
I can certainly revisit it, I mean,
I'll talk to the school,
there are
superintendent and...
actually grants that are available. Remember the safe routes to school? Yeah, SRTS.
All right, Mr. Lavery's, Mr. Finelli's gonna look into the grants and the information there.
So you have 9 students,
We have 9 kids, yeah, so...
but is it a middle school bus that goes by, do you know?
School bus goes by.
Middle? Okay.
Okay.
All right.
It's the same route, whether you pick our kids up from the grade school or the middle school, you know what I'm
Right.
saying? And it's the same bus. If she runs through and grabs middle school, she comes back and grabs grade school.
Right.
So,
Okay.
you know.
So,
And, I mean, the school will say, oh, bus to school, well, I
It shouldn't be
believe
working.
that, but we are like the first drop off in the morning.
Right.
First
It's not safe.
pick up in the afternoon.
You don't see the
So
sidewalk.
the bus is in full time.
Okay.
Whether we're first or last, we don't know.
all right, well, Mr. Finelli, look at the grant and,
Yeah,
see
I'll-
what you can do, and
Yeah.
he'll take care of the school board. All right?
I don't care.
Thanks, Amy. Anybody else?
You know what?
Close the public
You
comment?
don't have a money for help. There are already 100 things going on. Let's take into it.
You were just chatting up there about the traffic. Think about that's where the library is going on Route 519.
Right.
So I know you're saying the library is good, you don't want to take away from the library, but really consider where it's going. And it's coming to this town, you're going to have to put extra things out. So I know that you're drafting the letter, but I think it's something that really needs to be considered.
We're already...
So maybe Mike can add in there the safety, because residents over in Greenwich Chase, they like to walk, and there's no sidewalk on 519, and that's a county road, that would be county responsibility. So that's a good point that, Mike, I think you should put.
I grew up in this town, I moved away after college, and now my husband and I are going to be living here again to help take care of my mother, or my grandmother across the street. Do you have a committee where you're talking about for the old school? I went to school there, we're having a reunion in August, and people have been talking, how can we save the school? And I know you're putting bids out, but you used to have a committee. Is there anything, I know that senior housing was approved for the building at one point, there's so many options, you know.
I think it was talked about, I don't think it was ever approved.
There's a lot of talk about a lot of different,
You know, there's a lot
Yeah,
of senior
right.
programs that are being cut.
It's in the, it's in
everything's
the,
in the works with the RFQ that's going out, trying to find out what we could do with the senior
But if there's
housing
ever a
aspects.
committee, I would volunteer for it. This is something that's important, dealing with my grandmother. There's so many things in this county are being cut, and there's, you know, if you don't have family, you
Yeah.
don't know how you take care of the elderly. So,
Yeah.
thanks.
Appreciate it.
Thanks.
Anybody else? Need a motion to close public comment?
Second.
Second.
All right.
And need a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn?
second.
All in favor?
Aye. That's not bad, 9:15, so we get 9:37. Wow. That's good.
No, why?
Did you what?
I said I'll go get my railroad.
Oh.
No.